No heating. No insulated walls. No down jackets.
And temperatures that regularly dropped below freezing for months at a time.
So how did they not just die? The answer is not what you'd expect. They didn't fight the cold.
They became experts at managing it.
Start with fire but not the way you're picturing it. A single fire in an open cave loses most of its heat straight up and out.
Archaeological evidence from Ice Age sites in Europe shows something smarter: hearths built in shallow pits, surrounded by stone, positioned at the back of caves where heat could reflect and accumulate instead of escaping. Some sites show multiple small fires spaced through a living area rather than one large blaze. More consistent warmth, less wasted fuel. Then there's the part most people miss entirely. Clothing technology was far more advanced than the stereotype of a single animal skin thrown over the shoulder. Archaeologists have found bone needles dating back over 40,000 years. Proof of actual sewn, fitted clothing, not just draped fur. Researcher Olga Soffer, who studied Ice Age textile impressions preserved in clay, found evidence of woven plant fibers used for clothing tens of thousands of years before anyone thought weaving existed.
Layering was the real secret.
Fur turned inward for insulation, tougher hide turned outward to block wind, and a layer of moss or dried grass stuffed in between. Functioning almost exactly like modern thermal insulation.
Footwear mattered just as much.
Frozen remains like at sea the Iceman, found in the Alps, revealed shoes stuffed with hay for insulation, with a separate inner layer for moisture control.
That's not a primitive guess. That's functional engineering.
But the single biggest survival tool wasn't fire or clothing.
It was each other.
In freezing conditions, the most efficient heat source available was simply other bodies.
Anthropological evidence from cold climate hunter-gatherer groups shows that sleeping in tight clusters, sometimes entire families or bands together, was standard practice.
Shared body heat, combined with minimal insulated bedding, kept core temperatures stable through nights that would otherwise be lethal alone. This is also why winter settlements tended to be smaller and more enclosed than summer ones.
Larger groups in summer could spread out to gather more efficiently. But in winter, the math flipped.
Fewer people, packed closer together, conserving warmth as a unit, made more sense than the alternative.
Diet shifted too. Fat became critical.
Lean meat alone in extreme cold can actually be dangerous. A phenomenon later explorers called rabbit starvation, where the body burns more energy processing protein than it gains from it. Ice Age humans appear to have understood this instinctively, prioritizing fatty cuts, marrow, and blubber from cold-adapted animals during winter months, when fat reserves mattered more than at any other time of year.
And it wasn't just about surviving the season. It was about predicting it.
Seasonal migration patterns, food caching, and stored supplies show clear planning. Humans weren't simply enduring winter as it arrived. They were preparing for it months in advance, based on patterns passed down across generations. Put all of this together, and a clear picture emerges. Surviving in Ice Age wasn't about being tough enough to withstand the cold. It was about being smart enough to never fully face it alone.